The empathetic leader, balancing integrity and ambition. Introduction. The foundation of trust. Visual. A leader standing on a bridge, connecting two groups of people, symbolizing trust and integrity. Integrity and responsibility are the cornerstones of exceptional leadership. In a world driven by targets and ambitious goals, these qualities often stand as the pillars that prevent organizations from collapsing under pressure. Yet, their true strength lies in the empathy and emotional intelligence that leaders bring to the table. Leadership is not only about achieving goals, but also about how those goals are reached, through transparency, respect, and unwavering accountability. Imagine a high-stakes corporate merger where trust between teams was fragile. A leader who prioritized empathy and integrity transformed skepticism into collaboration. This story embodies the essence of responsible leadership that inspires teams to surpass even their own expectations. Historical insight. From Mahatma Gandhi's principled leadership during India's independence movement to Nelson Mandela's reconciliation efforts in post-apartheid South Africa, history is replete with examples of leaders whose unwavering commitment to integrity inspired millions. Act 1. The power of integrity. Why integrity matters. Visual. A compass with integrity as the guiding needle. Integrity is more than just honesty. It's about aligning actions with core values. For instance, a leader faced with a project delay might choose to be transparent with clients, outlining the reasons behind the setback, while presenting a clear plan to address it. This approach not only upholds the leader's commitment to honesty, but also builds trust by demonstrating accountability and proactive problem-solving. Leaders with integrity inspire trust, build loyalty, and foster environments where people feel safe to innovate and take calculated risks. When integrity is absent, even the most brilliant strategies falter. Case study: the Tylenol crisis. In the early 1980s, Johnson & Johnson faced a crisis when tampered Tylenol capsules led to fatalities. The company prioritized integrity over profit by recalling 31 million bottles nationwide, costing millions of dollars. This decision, grounded in responsibility, ultimately rebuilt public trust and set a gold standard for corporate accountability. Modern example. In 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, many companies faced ethical dilemmas. Those that transparently communicated supply chain issues and prioritized employee safety over short-term profits emerged stronger in customer trust and brand loyalty. Aha moment. Integrity isn't about avoiding mistakes. It's about how leaders respond when faced with them. The ripple effect of integrity. Visual. A stone dropped in water, creating expanding ripples. When a leader acts with integrity, the impact extends beyond the immediate organization. Employees emulate these values, creating a culture of trust that strengthens teams, enhances collaboration, and attracts stakeholders who share similar principles. This ripple effect often results in 1. Higher employee retention rates. 2. Improved stakeholder relationships. 3. Long-term organizational resilience. Act 2. Responsibility in action. Balancing accountability and ambition. Visual. A seesaw balancing ambition on one side and responsibility on the other. Achieving ambitious goals often requires difficult decisions. Leaders must balance responsibility to their people with the pressure to meet targets. One effective strategy is fostering open communication channels to ensure transparency about organizational goals and challenges. Tools like regular team check-ins, project management software, and clear delegation frameworks can help clarify expectations while addressing employee concerns. Additionally, leaders can implement feedback loops, such as anonymous surveys, to gauge team morale and adapt approaches in real time, ensuring the pursuit of targets doesn't come at the expense of employee well-being. This balance is where true leadership shines. Example: Patagonia's environmental responsibility. Patagonia's leadership exemplifies responsibility by aligning its business goals with environmental stewardship. While scaling operations globally, the company maintained its commitment to sustainable practices, even choosing to cap growth in certain markets to preserve resources. This approach inspired customer loyalty and positioned Patagonia as a leader in both business and sustainability. Interactive thought exercise. How can your organization align its goals with broader social or environmental responsibilities? Responsible leadership in crisis. Visual, a stormy sea with a ship steering confidently toward the horizon. Leaders are often tested in moments of crisis. Responsible leadership requires transparency, decisive action, and a focus on long-term outcomes rather than short-term gains. Case study: New Zealand's COVID-19 response. Under Jacinda Ardern's leadership, New Zealand implemented swift and transparent measures to combat the pandemic. Her empathetic communication style, combined with evidence-based decision-making, garnered international praise and set a benchmark for responsible crisis management. Aha moment. Responsibility in leadership isn't just about making tough decisions. It's about making them with clarity, compassion, and foresight. Act 3. The role of empathy in leadership. Empathy as a leadership superpower. Visual. A leader listening intently to a diverse group of team members. Empathy allows leaders to connect with their teams on a deeper level, creating environments where people feel valued and understood. For example, during a period of organizational restructuring, a senior manager at a tech firm scheduled weekly one-on-one sessions with team members to address their concerns and gather feedback. By actively listening and implementing changes based on their input, the manager not only reduced anxiety among employees, but also increased team morale and productivity. This connection fostered trust and demonstrated that the leader genuinely cared about their well-being. Emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotions, is essential for empathetic leadership. Scenario: leading through crisis. Imagine a company facing mass layoffs due to financial struggles. A leader with empathy addresses the situation with transparency, acknowledging the pain it causes employees while outlining the steps taken to minimize harm. By showing compassion, the leader retains trust and motivates the remaining team to rally together. Aha moment. Empathy turns difficult decisions into opportunities to strengthen team unity. Empathy in diverse teams. Visual. A globe surrounded by hands of different colors holding it up. In today's globalized world, leaders often manage teams with diverse cultural, social, and professional backgrounds. Empathy helps bridge differences, fostering inclusivity and collaboration. Case study: Microsoft's inclusive leadership model. Under Satya Nadella's guidance, Microsoft cultivated an inclusive culture that celebrated diverse perspectives. This approach not only increased innovation, but also strengthened employee engagement and satisfaction, leading to remarkable business growth. Act 4. Practical applications of emotional intelligence. Building emotional intelligence. Visual. A pyramid with tiers labeled self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and relationship management. Emotional intelligence can be cultivated through practice. 1. Self-awareness. Reflect regularly on recent interactions to identify emotional triggers. 1. For instance, journaling about difficult conversations can help pinpoint patterns in reactions. 2. Self-regulation. Practice mindfulness techniques, such as deep breathing during stressful moments, to ensure a calm and measured response to challenges. 3. Social awareness. Engage in active listening exercises, like paraphrasing what a team member says, to demonstrate understanding and strengthen rapport. 4. Relationship management. Role-play conflict resolution scenarios with peers or mentors to improve negotiation and collaboration skills in high-pressure situations. 4. Regular reflection to understand personal biases and emotional triggers. 5. Self-regulation. Managing reactions to ensure consistent and fair leadership. 6. Social awareness. Understanding team dynamics and cultural sensitivities. 7. Relationship management. Building trust and resolving conflicts effectively. Case study: Satya Nadella at Microsoft. When Satya Nadella became CEO of Microsoft, he prioritized empathy and emotional intelligence to transform the company's culture. His focus on listening and fostering collaboration revitalized Microsoft's innovation and employee engagement, contributing to unprecedented growth. Interactive exercise. Identify a recent leadership challenge and analyze how applying emotional intelligence could have improved the outcome. Empathy and decision-making. Empathy should extend beyond team interactions to influence strategic decisions. Leaders who consider the broader human impact of their choices build trust and long-term success. Example: a healthcare organization facing budget cuts prioritized patient care by reallocating funds from non-essential areas. By involving staff in the decision-making process, they maintained morale while addressing financial challenges. Act 5. Inspiring through integrity and empathy. Global examples of responsible leadership. Visual: a world map highlighting leaders and organizations practicing integrity and empathy. Jacinda Ardern, former Prime Minister of New Zealand. 1. Her empathetic response to crises, such as the Christchurch shootings, showcased her ability to lead with compassion while maintaining focus on decisive action. Salesforce's philanthropy model. 1. Salesforce integrates responsibility into its business model through its 1-1-1 philanthropic initiative, dedicating 1% of equity, product, and employee time to community causes. Aha moment. True leadership isn't about authority. It's about inspiring others to act with integrity and empathy. For example, consider the actions of Jacinda Ardern during New Zealand's crises. Her compassionate communication not only united a nation, but demonstrated how integrity and empathy can lead to decisive, inspiring action. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, "You may never know what results come of your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no result." Act 6. Tools and strategies for empathetic leadership. Empathy Toolkit for leaders. Visual: a toolbox labeled Empathy Toolkit with tools like active listening, conflict resolution, and inclusive communication. 1. Active listening. Create spaces where employees feel heard without judgment. 2. Conflict resolution. Approach disagreements with fairness and a focus on solutions. 3. Inclusive communication. Tailor messages to respect and include diverse perspectives. Scenario: imagine resolving a disagreement between two team members. By actively listening to their perspectives and facilitating a collaborative solution, you not only resolve the conflict, but also build trust within the team. Impact metrics. 1. Employee engagement, plus 45%. 2. Team cohesion, plus 60%. 3. Productivity, plus 35%. Strategies for building trust. 1. Consistency in actions. Align promises with actions to build credibility. 2. Transparent communication. Share both successes and challenges honestly. 3. Empowering teams. Delegate responsibilities and